Hi, it's Lori with Positive Thanks Living, and today is day 10 of Barbara's December Daily Collaging 2020. Today I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a long time. Use art supplies you haven't used in a long time. In this case, it's embossing. I don't believe I've done it for at least 6 or 7 years. I was traveling in an RV and left all our crafting things behind with our daughter, and I haven't tried embossing since then. So that's a little later, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time for the sound of the air heat thing that it makes. I apologize. So this is the paper that in day 9 we tried experimenting with, the Distress Oxide ink. I added a little more ink, I added a little more water, so I was left with this something. So I thought that I would emboss and ink. Emboss. And I would do embossing powder over the embossing. We'll see how this works. It's going to go in on this side of the page. So I want to glue it on afterward. I'm just going to cut it out the size that it'll need. You know what, I'm going to rip it so that it has not a finished edge. This is Strathmore linen paper. It has a little more weight than just regular copy paper. I used it because I wanted to be able to put water and ink on it and not have it fall apart on me. And I'm enjoying it so far. So this I'll use somewhere else. And I'm trying to center the most interesting portion. So it'll appear on the page. I like crimping paper. Eventually I hope to have a tear ruler. At this point, I'm using this ruler to tear things with, and it's nice. It has a soft edge, you see, and I like that. So once I'm done embossing and with a pattern and embossing with a gold ink, then it'll go on top of this page. All right, now this little machine is an embossing machine. And to fit in, I don't know whether to do this first. These are stamps, and I don't know where Sarah got them from, but to me they look like Christmas decorations. Let's try this first. When I watched the videos about using Distress Oxide, one person said that it worked very well when you put the embossing powder over top. That's what I'm going to try. And you and I will find out whether it works as well as this person believed, or whether it's, quite possibly, if it doesn't work as well, it'll be user error, but we'll try. So there's the ink. Now I'm going to open up this jar of the gold embossing powder and try very diligently not to make too much of a mess. if I remember correctly from years and years ago, it does make a lot of mess. Especially if you're not careful, or you sneeze, or something equally absurd. All right, there we go. I'm getting as much of the embossing powder off of the page as I can, other than what was on the page from the ink. Now here comes the very noisy air heater thing. And you'll see as it starts to heat, the gold melts and makes a beautiful design. I remember doing this often years ago. I like this. This is lovely. Thank you, Barbara, for the encouragement to try something I haven't done in a while. There we are. And we have some embossed, stamped images. Now, I'm going to put it through this somehow. And I want it centered, the design. So I'm going to fold this down and fold this up so it fits in evenly. I've learned from using these embossing folders, I prefer it if when I put them in, the way it comes out, the embossed, the raised area, is if the name is closest, is facing up. So you have these plates and you sandwich, they call it a sandwich. You put it into the machine and you just roll it through, and it should, I hope, create a design on the paper that is raised and part of it is depressed in a good way. All right, I put it through twice just to be sure. Let's see what happened. Ta-da! All right, not bad at all. All right, there we go. We have this stamped area. We have the Distress Oxide inked paper, and then an embossed area. I'm going to glue it down with the glue stick. Do you do embossing with a heat gun and ink and powder? What colors do you have? Do you prefer certain colors to others? Okay, we have this here. Okay, there we go. And that is day 10. I'll just put the little girl down there for day 10 of our collaging. I wonder if this counts as collaging. It's just one piece of paper. I know what? I'm going to add some washi tape because I like washi tape. I have to say that it's become almost an addiction, the washi tape. I want it underneath here. I should have thought of this first. I really enjoy washi tape. Okay, there we go. Put this back on. And cut off the excess here. feel about the line that was made there? I don't know how I feel about it. Where I folded it over to fit into the embossing folder. I'm going to leave it for now. We'll see. All right, it goes in to my book beside the other page from yesterday, or day 9. Just like this. We ended up not being able to see much of the paper because I put the strips over top. That's okay. We see it over here now. All right. It's Laurie with Positive Thanks Living. Take care.